Speaking of real wrestlers, we then had a girls' tag team match with Toni Storm and others. And after that, in the back, MJF was now telling Adam Page off. And you're a coward for not facing me unless I sign my contract. Because MJF wants him to just give him a title match and then he'd still have the contract. And Page told him, you need to earn it. Mark Briscoe deserves it more than you, so go fight Mark Briscoe.
Why? Mark Briscoe never wins. Why does he deserve it?
Well, he's fixing to win, but not in the end. But besides that, he told MJF, go fight Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe's about to wrestle Ricochet. So the babyface champion told the fucking top heel to go interfere in the fucking... All righty. So Ricochet and Mark Briscoe was the main event. And of course, they gave him plenty of time. I love Mark Briscoe, but I just can't stomach sitting through that long of Ricochet. And he's got a group of stooges now. Whatever the fuck their names are, I can't remember. But at some point in the overrun, the Stooges just got up on the apron, started getting in the ring in front of the referee like they're just going to beat up Mark Briscoe. So here comes Brody King and Bandito down and got in a fight with them. And they threw one guy over the railing onto the fans in the second row. Some old woman. I don't know what a fucking old woman was doing in this crowd. And she's like, ah! And they all fought off. And then the match continued. And Mark hit the J Driller of 1, 2, 3. So the right guy won. As I've mentioned, Mark's on this winning streak now. I wish they'd have done it 2 years ago when it would have been easier to capitalize on things. So then Mark gets the microphone and cuts a promo on MJF. And I love Mark's promos, but this was not only going long, but it was awkward because this, after the main event match, is not the time for the long storytelling promo. But he's like, I never felt like this before. I need help. I don't know what to do. My brother's in heaven. But if I follow my worst instincts and kill your ass in cold blood, I'm worried I won't see my brother again. I think it's a little too much on this fucking clown show, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only reason he wouldn't commit murder after pronouncing it on TV. It's, they've been playing with the whole idea that MJF talking about Jay Briscoe would get him triggered. Is that something that should be used or shouldn't be used?
It should have been used once. And the big one, Elizabeth, when you've built these two guys, and we're not done yet, by the way, with this, but I'll just sideline here. When you've built two guys up to where people know they don't like each other, know there's been some bad words, bad blood, maybe a physical incident or whatever, the time to take advantage of that and only do it once is whenever you have decided to pull the trigger on a big angle for a main event match in a meaningful show. And then that's what pushes the babyface into finally attacking. And then somehow when his dead brother is mentioned and somehow the tables are turned and the heel gets the heat. But now the babyface has more reason to get even. And there could even be discipline brought down by the promotion on this fucking heel for these goddamn horrible, repugnant comments, but it's too late. You can't unring the bell. They've already been said. The babyface is going to goddamn get even one way or the other. And we may even turn our backs a little bit on how he does it. But not every fucking week. And not on the goddamn show where while his dead brother's getting brought up every goddamn week, the other guy's been bringing up the dead father for months. And like you said, dead, everybody's dead. Then it's just bad taste. And no, it doesn't register as an impactful thing, just as an annoying, distasteful thing. So Mark calls MJF out there. And MJF music plays and he doesn't appear. And then he's on the screen doing a promo. And I swear to God, it's the same shit they've been doing for 5 years. He's on the screen doing a promo. He's obviously not live. And he's cutting a promo on Mark where Mark's got to stand there and just stare slack-jawed. And he said, next week, I've already agreed Mark Briscoe versus MJF, if you make it. And then suddenly MJF is in the ring. We've never seen something like this before. He nutshots Mark, gets a little heat, pulls out the ring. He's going to clock Mark. Page music plays. He comes out carrying the title belt, but drops it to gets in the ring, goes for a buckshot. MJF ducks it. Mark Briscoe's already up from the nut shot, grabs MJF, but MJF slides out and bails, and that's the end of the show. Now the baby faces have friends. Paige has Briscoe. Briscoe has Paige. MJF's heel friends have just forsaken him. So I feel bad for that poor outnumbered heel. What the fuck is going on with all this shit?
Hey, he really could have used the Hurt Syndicate, who are, of course, that popular babyface tag team doing the dirty work for Adam Copeland last week against FTR and Jet Speed.
Jesus Christ.
Wasn't much of a follow-up to all that. I can't explain it. I will say this. The show's been more interesting lately. If you can get around, sometimes the wrong match goes 25 minutes. You know, if you can get around that, there have been more interesting things, and one thing flows right into another. But like you said, the principles behind the booking, the foundation, the psychology behind it is all off, it seems.